If it wasn't for doing this, we would, but I hope you agree. Like, if I can't do the regular tournament, this gives me a chance to look at it, gives you guys all a chance to look at it, which to me is very exciting. So let's take a look. This is Greece. We've got Team DMM versus TX1, and DMM is the Allies. So they are bringing with them a Gallant at tier 6. So they want for the cheap destroyer option. And they've got HMS Discovery in the Belfast 43. That's a Belfast 43. More on that in a moment. Marco Zanotti Iron in an Atlanta. And then 2 battleships. Jimbo the Gray is in a Missouri. And Danny Infinity is in a Sinop. To the south is TX1 playing Axis. They are bringing with them a Fubuki, a Mines, a Key, Giulio Cesare, and a Prince Ruprecht. Okay, so let's dissect the lineups for a second here. I'm going to hit the tab key as both teams just jockey for position to start with. Missouri has radar. Good choice for a tier 9 battleship. Honestly, I don't think it's as good as a Ruprecht. Why? Well, the Ruprecht we talked about before has the hydro, can detect torpedoes, can detect ships at range. Greece is a larger map, so I would say there's a little bit more value to radar than maps that are very small, like Polar. Ruprecht does not only have the main guns, it's got the secondaries, and it has the torpedoes, so it's got a lot of tools, whereas the Missouri, frankly, it's just the guns besides that radar. Sinop is a fine choice at tier 7. Honestly, it's a cheap tier 8 is how I look at a Sinop. The guns are fantastic. You just can't afford to show a Citadel. Key we've talked about before with the 10-kilometer torpedoes. If you build it for secondaries, can do a lot of good work. Now, let's take a look at the next picks. Giulio Cesare at tier 5. That ship might as well be at tier 6, so that's a very cheap option at tier 5. Belfast 43. Now, the Belfast 43 is nowhere near as good as the original Belfast at tier 7. She's a tier higher. She's got the smoke and radar combo. She also has the ability to torpedo things, but comes at a significant cost. And I feel like that cost is just too high when you're looking at tournament setup and that sort of thing. You can't use treats to herd cats. It's illegal. There you go. And I'm very glad, Shice, that you are not salty. So I don't know that I like, and again, I think this highlights for the Axis side, it's relatively easy to build a team. You pick a Ruprecht. Whoops. You pick a Ruprecht. You picked one Ruprecht. If you can pick 2, if you can get 2 on the team, why wouldn't you want more of the probably most OP ship available in this tournament? So that's my opinion, at least. Giulio Cesare, also a very cheap option, a tier 5 for the Axis. Shells coming in on the Atlanta, maybe? No, those are on the Missouri Jimbo. And take a look at this. Jimbo is already smashed. Atlanta is already smashed. What's going on the TX1 side? They're looking pretty darn... Oh, God, Jimbo's turning in front of torpedoes. Jimbo's dead. 2 torpedoes, 1 on the front, 1 on the rear. If his DCP is down, he's a goner. Now, Mickey does get a kill on the Fubuki, which is a very, very huge kill. Spinner's Mines quite low as well. But I was just going to mention, there goes the Missouri. Broadside to Il Tata's Key. He goes down like that. Danny Infinity in the Sinop, charging through, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead, and dodges. Wow, great dodge. He still takes a big hit from the side, though, because he's giving broadsides to a Key and Giulio. The mines should be dead, but Danny's about to die, too, to the mines' torpedoes. Now, he died earlier than that. Alright, well, both teams have lost a ship, although I dare say that TX1 is in big trouble. They have no battleships left, whereas TX1 has only battleships left. And with smaller numbers, I really do feel like the battleships have the advantage here. Nobody tell Big O that. I guess the big question is, how is DMM going to respond to this? You got the Julio and A. They only have the B cap. They could go into C here. And I think that would be the play. Get the Gallant, get Mickey down into C cap and spot these enemy battleships. You have to know what these guys are doing. Battleships have terrible concealment, right? That's kind of part of the balancing factor for them. So get the destroyer into the C cap. Figure out what they're doing, and then go from there. Mickey is meeting up with the Atlanta to form Voltron, so that the Atlanta at least has the ability to hide in smoke, which makes sense. But if you look at it, Mickey is kind of going a little bit on the offside. Ruprecht is detected. Now Marco is going to be forced to back up. He'll be detected pretty soon if Arafo keeps on pushing forward. Belfast now getting some shots in. He's using his smoke to be able to fire for free over this island. Here comes some shells. Are they on? They're on the Atlanta. Marco opened up. I don't know why. Possibly because of concealment. I think he's pretty close to the concealment of the Atlanta. A bit of a mistake there. I think the Gallant would have been better off smoking up the Atlanta and trying to smoke him out of the threat. But I think you guys are seeing the relative strength of these Axis ships. Ruprecht is just too powerful with that Hydro. Twisting the night away. Big hits there on the 43. Could be worse. But the 43 is all by his lonesome now. He's got his radar up. So that's cute. But what are you going to get out of that, you know? What the heck is this? Oh, maybe that's something else? Yeah, this is something else. I'm looking at the wrong channel. Okay. Well, HMS Discovery is about to discover the Ruprecht. And at this point, you might as well just hit full W and just go for it because, yeah. Okay, he is coming out. He is spotted, and he's about to be executed right here by main battery and secondaries. Wait for it. Wait for it. He didn't fire his guns. There it is. Wank. Almost completely killed him. He does get the kill on the Ruprecht. Very nicely done. Unfortunately, will go down, so we'll get a double death pick for this particular battle. All right, Team Bravo is the winner, so TX1, another win.